Hey guys, first I want to apologize that AT&T has just kind of fell out on us. Um, so I wasn't able to do the live, but I wanted to go ahead and see if I could pre-record something for you guys so that you could have something this week to go on. Um, so I'm going to kind of do the live pre-recorded, and as soon as my internet will allow, I will upload it for you guys. But these were the topics that we were going to cover: was the QR codes, the crayon cards, any design space updates, questions and answers. And I can't do that because you guys can't ask me the questions except in the group. So go ahead and continue to ask them in the group and we will cover it. I do plan on doing some remakes of some of the tutorials so that you guys can have that over in the playlist. And then we were going to assemble the fluttering heart card. So I am going to cover the QR codes and the crayon cards in this little tutorial, and then I am going to separately do the fluttering heart card tutorial so that you guys can just go straight to that if you don't need the QR codes or the crayon cards. And that way we can kind of separate it out and get 2 uploads, and maybe we can get at least one of them online pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and get started. I will take you over to my screen share and we'll go over the QR codes and the crayon cards. Okay guys, for those of you who were asking about how you do the QR codes and generate those, I'm going to show you really quick here. This is the QR code generator.com, and there's a couple of dashes in there. You can see that URL right here, and I will leave this down below in the video description for you. And I've got another link, and I'll leave that one for you as well. But basically all you're going to do is come in, and I haven't signed in, I haven't done anything here, and you can either put text in here, so when they scan this code, it's going to bring them and show them that text. Or you can put a URL in here, which is a web address, like this one up above. Or you can put in a contact. You can set this up like a business card with your information in there. So when they scan it, they have all of the business information. Or you can simply just put a phone number in, or you can do a text message. And the number that you want them to text it to, the message that you want to put in it. So, and I haven't done that one, so you might have to play around with it, put your own phone number in there and stuff and play with it, see what it does. This is the one you want. It's the URL, if you're not doing a business card. So what you're going to do is you're going to go, and let's just say that I'm going to do my www.crafting with April. Oops. I want to do my web. So here's my URL, and I'm going to copy that. And then I'm going to come back over to the QR generator. And I am just going to right click and paste that in. And there's my URL. And you can shorten it if you want. That's okay. It'll shorten it for you and it'll still work. So you can do that. And it's just going to kind of make that look a little bit different. Once you have it in there, you simply click Save. You're going to get the pop-up, and I've already done this once and recorded it, so I'm going to have 2 in there because I didn't have any sound on. Can you believe I did that? I can. What you're going to do is name it, and I'm going to Crafting with April 2 QR, so I can tell the difference. And then you can select PNG or SVG. And I'm going for the SVG, and I'm going to save it. And I'm going to put that on my desktop and save. So now I have it, and if you're on Chrome, you can see it down here in the bottom right corner right here. So what you're going to do at that point is you're going to come over to Design Space, and I have a file open. Let's go to my projects. Let's go to a new. There we go. Let's go to this new project, and I'm going to upload and upload. You can see my other one there. And then I'm just going to drag this one in. And it's They're going to be kind of large, guys, because it creates that SVG, but it's every one of those squares is a different layer. Every single one of them. So I'm going to just tag this QR, and I am going to hit save. Make sure you tag, because if you don't tag, then when you go to search for it, you can't find them. So I'm going to select it, and you can see that both of these look different. They go to the same place, but I shortened this URL. So take a look at it and shorten it if you want to. Don't shorten it. You can always go back and change it. And then I'm just going to insert the image. And it's saying it's going to be large. It is an SVG, but you see each and every one of these squares. Hopefully my internet's going to stay up while I do this. And we're going to scroll down, and you're going to see this white square behind it. It's not going to let you ungroup it. Design Space isn't, because there's a limit on it, and I'll show you what happens. Unable to ungroup, too many layers, okay? So just hide that square, because that's all you can do at this point. You can't do anything else. Then you're just going to select it all and weld. And then if you need that square, if you want to flatten it, you can always get your square back and come in here and change that back to white, and then you can slip that in behind it. Arrange. So if you ever need to flatten it again, you can still get that. But this is the way it will cut on vinyl. You need this for print and cut, okay, to flatten it. So when you're weeding this, be extremely careful. You need each and every one of these squares. If you lose a square, or you take out something that shouldn't be taken out, or you leave something in and it shouldn't be left in, it could cause your QR code not to work. So after you've weeded it, scan it with your phone. Make sure that it takes you to the destination that you selected. If it doesn't, then you may have missed something. Go back and check for any little stray pieces that you might have left in there. A way to get around that is to do print and cut, because you don't have to weed it, you don't lose anything, or to print it out on a water slide, a clear water slide, if you want to do it that way. That's another surefire way of not losing any of the tiny pieces. So when you do your vinyl, make sure that you scan it before you put it on your image. And I say that because I've been there, I've done that, and you don't want to pick off all these little bitty pieces, okay? So make sure that you do that. Now, the main question was, how do I get that to go to music? First of all, you're going to have a URL. And here are some URLs that still works. I didn't go through this, but it tells you how to get your computer URLs for your music, and you can do that. So, but this is a URL for those of you who don't know. Excuse me, I can't talk now. You're just going to copy or cut, either one, that URL, and then you're going to paste that in like I did my web address. So that's all there is to it. You just have to have a destination. So once you have your destination, you're good to go. I hope that answered all your questions about QR codes. If you have any other questions that I didn't cover, please message me or ask me in the group, and I'll help you out. So now, the next thing that we were going to cover are the crayon cards. Let me just see if I can slide that out of the way. And we'll pull this back up. So now we're in Design Space, and I'm just going to get rid of this. And we're going to go to Projects. These are very popular with the kids at Valentine's, birthday parties, Sunday school classes, things like that. I'm just going to type in the word color, and all these coloring pages come up. And let's see, here's the Rapunzel card set. There's several of them. Here's the Halloween. Did I miss one? Oh, here's the Valentine. But they're just all sorts of different ones. And you have like the pocket ones. But these are extremely popular. So we're just going to click that and customize. And I'm going to replace what I had on my canvas and let that open up. Another thing that I wanted to show you guys is, let's see, let's go over to Images. And let's type in the word crayon and scroll down. We're not going to use these. You can resize them, but here's the crayon holder and its number, the Bloggers Love Cricut cartridge. You don't have the holes in there. The holes are 0.41, 0.42. They're not quite half an inch. You can always put a circle in and guesstimate, but you'll need the circle. These are just the cut lines for the holder, nothing else. And there's an easier way to do it. This, if you need it for another project, there they are. But we're just going to cancel and come back over here. But that's this portion here. So a lot of you are wanting to undo these and put your own image on them. So you're detaching it and taking out the image that's there and getting rid of that little guy. And, oops, we don't want to move that. Then you're bringing in your own image. I'm just going to upload my little Mickey one here and insert him. And you can also go over, and I'll show you really quick too. Just going to size him up and stick him in there. You can go to images and, oh, I don't like that. Let's see. Type in draw. And this is going to bring up a whole ton of images that are set to draw. And you can use any of those, and there's a lot of phrases and things like that too. But there are all sorts of stuff in here that will draw. So you can type in color, you can type in draw, you can bring in several of those. But this is a little guy that I uploaded because a lot of you are doing the uploads. I'm just going to bring him in, and when I select all of that and I flatten it for print and cut, look what happens. Lost my holders. And they won't cut, they won't do anything. We've done everything and they've tried and oops, they don't come back. So let me just undo here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to detach again. So let's just start over here. Let me get rid of this one so that we're not, oops, I want to keep him. Get rid of this stuff here. So you've got your card and you detach it and you take off that image and you put your image on there. Before you do that, you want to come over here and detach again. If you'll look down here, you'll see detach. And you want to make sure that that's your square. When you click on it, goes around these holders. And usually I just watch my position up here, but it doesn't have to be exact for this tutorial. I'm going to arrange and move that to the back so that my words are in place. I'm going to arrange and move him to the front. And I'm going to slide him over. And then I am just going to select the two and I'm going to align, center horizontally, and get him where he's right in the center. And then I am going to select all of that and flatten. Now it's ready for print and cut. And everybody thinks that the scallops disappeared. They didn't, because it's white and that background is white. It's just hard to see. So you can change your canvas color right here and click color, and let's just pick a blue. Now we can see it. Now we're just going to drag this over, range, move it to the front, and that looks pretty good vertically. Let's align it horizontally. Come down here to the bottom right and attach. Now if you look, here's your weld result, and that's why it disappears on you, is because those pieces are welded together, and that's why it disappears when we flatten it. But here it is, you got your print and cut, so it's going to print, cut the scalloped edges, and cut your crayon holders. That's all there is to fixing that. When you hit make it, everybody says the card disappears. Guess what? It didn't disappear. That card is there, guys, and let me show you. Let me just hit cancel. And I don't know if it'll let me change it from here. Let me detach. Let me unflatten. And let me get this card right here, and let's change that card to, I don't know, let's go with pink. Ooh, that's an ugly pink. I don't like that pink. Let's go. There we go. That's better. So now we've got our card, and let's, oops, send it to the back. Don't want to get my holders. I got to move them out of the way. Going to select all that. I'm going to flatten it. Going to bring my holders back. And I'm just showing you this. We leave it on white because white is the only color that doesn't print. If I leave this pink so I can see it on the other side, it's going to print pink. So that's why you want to do white. I am just changing the color of this so that I can show you your card is not disappearing. This is nothing different than what we just did with the white one. I just changed the color of the card. Arrange, align, center horizontally, attach, and hit make it. And now you can see the card. So don't think that just because the card is white and when you send it over here that it's disappearing. It is not disappearing on you. It's there. So I hope that that cleared that up for all of you guys who want to change the image on your coloring cards. That's the way to do it. Just make sure that you detach your crayon holders, flatten everything, put your crayon holders back, attach, and then hit make it. If you have any questions on that, please get me in the group, hit me up on Messenger, and we'll get you going on that. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for being so patient with the internet issue tonight. I greatly appreciate you guys. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel.